Now, next to fulfilling your basic needs, so the physiological, safety, belonging and esteem need, next to engaging in those, there are also a couple of other action steps that you can undertake today to walk and get closer towards self-actualization. I want to give you 3 examples. And the first one is actually work. Maybe it's learning a piece on your piano, maybe it's shooting a documentary, becoming an engineer and go to university and study hard and engaging in that, and could be anything. Abraham Maslow stretched the idea that work is important, and also going through a period of demanding preparation and working something out intensively is very important to get to know yourself, to get to know your possibilities, understand who you really are. This is a very important factor. And he didn't say that you should be a workaholic. He didn't say that at all. He stretched also the importance of relaxation and letting go, and though having a healthy balance. A second example is taking the growth choice. Abraham Maslow talked about the idea of not always taking the secure choice and just being fearful and take a step backwards, but actually get out of your comfort zone frequently, try something new, take responsibility and be honest if you did something wrong. Throughout the day, there are always dozens of ways where you can say, okay, I don't feel like it, but let's do it that way because I know it's the right thing to do. He fostered that idea. And again, that doesn't mean that you always get out of your comfort zone and just work and be uncomfortable. No, sometimes it's right to retreat and relax. But the tendency, he talked about the tendency of going out of your comfort zone, that is a wise choice for you to grow as a human being. And lastly, listen to yourself. Not always your parents or authority. Be prepared for also say something that is unpopular, but it's authentic. Also, make sure that you sometimes have quiet time for yourself. Maybe you meditate, you just contemplate, you spend time on your own, because the voice that you have deep within you, that's rarely shouting, it's usually whispering. And if you're always listening to others and what other people are saying, you're not even aware of what you want. So you also need to take your time on your own to contemplate, to understand what you want, to journal, to meditate, whatever it is, but also taking a step back once in a while and being okay with being alone for a little bit, even if it's just an hour. That's what he said is very important, to listen to yourself. Learn what's valuable for you, what's not, and that's on a very deep level, like what do I want to do with my life, but also on a level such as what kind of shoes do I like? Do I like the white shoes? Do I more prefer the brown shoes? What kind of food do I like? Do I like an eggplant? Do I like that food? Those are already basic questions you can ask and train yourself and understand, who am I? What do I like? What do I not like? Also be in that dreamy state and think about, hey, how would I like my life to be? All those questions and all the things that I just listed here are about listening to yourself and understanding yourself. And those are very important action steps that you can take, very important questions you can ask yourself throughout the day. Now, lastly, I want to read out a quote by Abraham Maslow that I found very powerful to wrap up this documentary. It's not a state of being, but a process. It's a direction, not a destination. This process won't always bring feelings of happiness, contentment, and bliss, and it may even sometimes cause pain and heartache. It's not for the faint-hearted. It requires continually stretching outside of your comfort zone. It takes a lot of courage to be the best version of yourself.